What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics. Today we got a Kiss song battle. We got Detroit Rock City versus Rock and Roll All Night, brought to you by a friend and patron of the channel, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the patrons who make this thing go. If you'd like to support us in any way, check out that Patreon link below or the patron link on the end screen. If you're watching this, I probably don't want to give you any background into Kiss, so let's just jump into the battle. We'll start off with the first track, Detroit Rock City, off the Destroyer album in 1976, an album that Trey and I did an old school review of over 5 years ago. Some background on this song. It was written by Paul Stanley and the great producer Bob Ezrin. It was one of the band's most popular and is a classic rock staple. It is also seen as one of the more technical songs musically in the band's canon. It's been noted for being a duet between guitarists, of course, Stanley and Ace Frehley. Third single, but it also did poorly in sales and in radio play, other than in Detroit, right? And failed to chart in the US, even though it would prove to be a fan favorite. It came as a surprise that the original B-side of this, Beth, a ballad written and sung by drummer Peter Criss, wound up catching on in different markets in the US. So the single was reissued, and they flipped it. Beth was the A-side, Detroit Rock City was the B-side. So a lot of people own this song, a lot of people just didn't listen to this song. While the song briefly references Detroit, the real-life incident which inspired the lyric evidently did not take place there. Paul said, I had the basic riff of the song, the get up, get down part, but I didn't know what the song was about, except it was about Detroit. And then I remembered on the previous tour, I think it was in Charlotte, somebody had gotten hit by a car and killed outside the arena. I remember thinking how weird it is that people's lives end so quickly. People can be on their way to something that's really a part of a celebration of being alive and die in the process of doing it. So that became the basis for the lyric. And bassist Gene Simmons wrote a notable bass line he said was influenced by R&B music. And the radio voiceover you're going to hear at the very start of the song is actually Gene Simmons. All right, I'm going to have the lyrics up as always. Thanks again, Cheryl.
In Detroit, a Pontiac, Michigan youth was reported dead at the scene of a head-on collision on Grand Avenue this morning. The youth was reportedly driving on the wrong side of the boulevard when he struck a delivery truck and was catapulted through the windshield of his car. The driver of the truck is reported to be uninjured. The identities of both men are being withheld by local police. County legislators there are expected to rally to the aid of striking longshoremen in hopes of ending the 9-month deadlock.
Detroit Rock City. I think it's a great song. It's a fascinating song, the way they started out. You get in the car with this person. I think it's a really good producing trick that Ezrin does on it. And I found another place that said it's Bob Ezrin talking at the start instead of Gene. It sounds like Gene to me for sure. But I mean, I don't know what Bob exactly sounds like. So take that with a grain of salt. Some of you diehard Kiss fans are going to know I got conflicting information from the research. But, it tells the story of him. And he really, he's on his way. And he's going faster because he's hyped to go to the show. And then in verse 3, he realizes that a truck's coming and he's not going to make it, man. And so even though it's like this kind of upbeat, get up, it has a sad story to it, an interesting subject matter for Paul to even write about. So I'll give him some credit there on that one. Now, I've only ever heard Detroit Rock City a few times. Now we go to a song that I know very, very well. And a song that's actually playing on the radio when he got in his car in Detroit Rock City and played through Rock and Roll All Night. From the Dress to Kill album in 1975, their third studio album, but we are not going to listen to that version, and you'll figure out why in a minute. Studio version peaked at number 68. A subsequent live version released as a single in October of 75, so later on in the year. Eventually reached number 12 in early 1976. We're going to listen to the version from Alive. It became Kiss's signature song and has served as the group's closing concert number in almost every concert since 1976. I can't imagine really a better closing song. It's written by Paul and Gene while Kiss were still in Los Angeles as part of their Hotter Than Hell tour. The tour ended early, February 75, when Casablanca Records founder and president Neil Bogart ordered Kiss to return to the studio to record a follow-up to Hotter Than Hell, which had stalled on the charts and failed to meet Casablanca's sales expectations. One of Bogart's instructions to the band was to compose an anthem, something he felt the band needed. The song itself was inspired by the Slade song Mama We're All Crazy Now. Got a great Slade top 10 that may or may not appear, brought by Evan David a long time ago. So when you're done with this reaction, go up there and type Slade and go check that out. So they then wrote the pre-chorus together. Then Stanley wrote the chorus and Simmons wrote the verses, borrowing parts of a song he had previously written entitled Drive Me Wild. The song was one of two the group recorded toward the end of the Hotter Than Hell tour prior to returning to Electric Lady Studios for the proper Dress to Kill recording sessions. For the choruses, the band and Bogart brought in a large group of outside contributors to sing and clap, including members of the Kiss road crew, studio musicians, and Peter Criss's wife, Lydia. Some of the road crew used their jacket zippers to create sound. Now, we're going to listen to the live version. The live version is listed at number 404 on Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Songs of All Time. And also, just an FYI, Gene is on lead vocals on this one.
I want to tell you, you've been a dynamite audience, and you deserve to give yourselves a round of applause. Let's go! All right! Oh, yeah. So let's rock and roll all night and party every day!
Show us everything you've got. You keep on dancing.
Right, honestly, one of the greatest sing-along anthems ever. And I listened to the studio version last night whenever I was researching this because I'm like, which version do I know? Well, this is the version I know, and obviously it's probably the version most of you know because it had great chart success other places too. It went to 13 in Canada and 18 in Australia as well. The previous song, Detroit Rock City, did go to 99 in Canada. That's the only place it charted. So, I mean, but the weird part about the studio versions just lacked energy, right? This song, you need to hear it in the live version because you feel it. It comes alive. So, and it also had the Ace Frehley guitar solo live, so it's longer. It didn't have a guitar solo in the studio, so it just didn't stand up. So I'm actually surprised it even went up to 68, but I think the message of it probably helped it go up the charts at all there. But fantastic song. And I mean, what happened was, just a little quick trivia in here. Casablanca Records were about to go broke, and Kiss was thinking about leaving. And somebody convinced him, why don't you release a live version? And then it breathed life not only into this song, but into Casablanca Records for a little while there. So, all right, now, as tough as it may be, I have to pick a winner. And this is an interesting one. I talk about all the time, I've got to be objective, not subjective. So here's what I'm going to tell you. It's kind of going to be depending on what your flavor is. Detroit Rock City is a better written song and a better arranged song, from putting us in the passenger seat of that car and the way they do it and they play it out. It plays out so cinematically. I mean, so it's a better song. Rock and Roll All Night is one of my favorite sing-along songs of all time. It's just fantastic. It puts a smile on your face whenever you put it on. So picking the winner between those two, it just kind of depends on what you prefer. I'm going to have to go with the winner being Detroit Rock City. But if you put them both in front of me, I'd listen to Rock and Roll All Night 100 times over. Not that Detroit Rock City's not a great song. So how about that for a little bit of a cop-out, but I did pick a winner, Detroit Rock City. Let me know what you think down below, boys and girls and Kiss mega fans. Thank you so much to Cheryl for bringing this fun battle. And until next time, guys, I will see you.